What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. I got something super rare and unique for y'all in this video. I was back in the builder and I stumbled across one of the rarest names that you'll ever see in the game. It's pretty simplistic. I thought it was going to be the first one ever made on YouTube, but I did some research and someone actually found this build technically at launch, but I've only seen this one other time in all of YouTube. So I was pretty excited when I came across it, but I actually have two different versions for y'all in this video. This first one's going to be a 6'7" version shooting guard, and it has shades of OJ Mayo, Clyde Drexler, and DeMar DeRozan. This is a 6'7" mid-range shooter. I've already made a video on my channel of a 6'9" two-way mid-range shooter, but I didn't know it was possible to get just the name mid-range shooter. It's in the same tree as a mid-range shot creator, just a regular shooter, and then the bigger version can even just be a rebounder. So it's a super rare tree. We're in the depths of the abyss in the builder. You know, as time's gone on, we're trying to find the rarest and most gruesome builds, and this is definitely playable. I want to see who has the plums to get on this hatch. So I'm going to delve in and show you a 6'7" version at shooting guard, and then for you freakazoids out there, I'm going to show you a super gruesome rare 6'10" version that's an absolute freak. So let's jump right in. This one's going to be a shooting guard. You're going to be 6'7", 204 pounds with a 7'1" wingspan. Let's go body shape built. You know how we do that. And then, so this is pretty specific. You don't really want to tinker too much or it will change the name. So just follow along to a T and then do your tinkering in your builder. Maybe you find another name that you would like better, but to get this specific name, just follow along and then do your tinkering later. Get your close shot to a 79. A lot of these are going to be maxed out badge potential. So, you know, I'm not just finding the name and skimping out and just giving it to you off rip on God's Swear Left Side Curtains. You know, I do try to ooze the potential out of these builds. Gonna get your driving layup to an 80, get your driving dunk as well to an 80, get your standing dunk to a 76, and then get your post control to an 81. If you do go higher than like an 80, I believe an 82 post control, or you get your close shot or driving layup and stuff past an 80, it turns it into just a finisher, I believe. So, you know, mind your P's and Q's on the finishing, but you're going to get 26 finishing badges, an 80 driving dunk, a nice close shot. This is a really well-rounded finishing build. It doesn't have a ton of weaknesses in a sense, so if you're used to playing boot camp like under 80 builds, you're actually going to feel right at home on this. So you do get the gold postman technician. You can silver allocate a bunch of badges. You know, finishing on this build is going to be fine. Shooting wise, you're going to get your midi to an 80. This is a big difference from the 6'7" version to a 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". It doesn't get any more badges to an 82 like the bigger versions do. So we're going to keep it at an 80, get that Hall of Fame sniper, and then your 3-point, get that to a 76. You know, kickers, you can't get higher than a 76 3-point shot on this build, but in this game, shooting's pretty easy, so you can still whop with the 76. And then get your free throw as well to a 76. And you're gonna have 21 shooting badges. You know, you can post fade on Olive, get that Hall of Fame sniper, like I said, and then silver allocate the rest. Then playmaking, can't go higher than really a 65 on the playmaking. I think you might be able to take 66, 67, but if you go to the next badge threshold like 68 or 69 on some other versions, it'll change the name. So you want to put that at 65, get that bailout on bronze. And then your speed or your ball handle, we're going to get that to a 70. You can't really go higher than that. Maybe you can get it to a 71, but the badge threshold, and then we're going to max out our speed with ball to a 76. And that's going to give us 17 playmaking. So this isn't necessarily a playmaking build, so to speak. You can handle the pill. You're going to be plenty speed with ball fast, and your pass accuracy is going to be able to get the job done. But you know, this is more of a kind of a scoring minded wing type build. And 17 playmaking badges isn't, you know, crazy, but you know, similar to a balanced scorer, this is, you know, gonna get the job done for those of you who are nice behind the sticks on this game. And then defense and rebounding, we're gonna get our interior D to a 56, get that bronze. Actually, we're gonna get that to a 57, get that extra badge. Then we're gonna get our perimeter defense to a 76, get that silver clamps. We're gonna max out our steely, max out our block. Those are badge thresholds. That's gonna give us a lot of nice cheddar. Get your defense rebounds to an 86. Then get your offense rebounds to a 64. It's gonna give you 26 defensive badges. You're gonna get that bronze brick wall, some nice silver pick dodger, rebound chaser, rim protector, clamps, and then you can block crazy shots on this and steal these. So this is a good defensive build. 26 defensive badges is right at home. And then we're gonna max out our speed, max out our acceleration. We are going to get our vertical, somewhere up, and then just max the rest out on stamina, and then put the extra allocation on free throw, whatever. You can put those kind of attributes on free throw, on stamina, put it on your vertical, whatever you want to do to, round out your build. And then, so, looking this over, 26 finishing, 21 shooting, 17 playmaking, and 26 defense. It can finish, it can shoot, it can handle, it can play good defense, but ultimately it's kind of freaky athletically, and it'll be really fun to play on a DeMar DeRozan type build if you want to kind of play in that inside the arc area and you don't want to just be a 3-and-D new era, new school. This is kind of an old school build. And then going to takeovers, you get a nice plethora here, finishing, shooting, perimeter defense, and then post scoring. You could always prioritize defense and then finishing moves, and then you're gonna end up with the name mid-range shooter. This build is hot. It is super rare. It's got some Michael Jordan, a little Eddie Jones, a little Karam Butler in it, some Brandon Roy. It's got dashes of those old school type players who had some nuance and really prioritized the middle and attacking the basket, and with nice pull-ups and fadeaways. So this is the 6'7" version. Now we're gonna hop in and make a freakazoid hatch at 6'10". Let's get into that. Alright, so you're gonna make the 6'10" version at small forward. I believe if you try to make it at power forward or center, it changes the name to a stretch. So we're gonna make this at small forward. You're gonna be 6'10" with 218 pounds and a 7'5" wingspan, and then go with built as the body shape. This thing right here has shades of Grant Hill, Thon Maker, Yi Jianlian, and Glen Rice. If you want something that's kind of spooky and longer and taller with a super duper rare name, this version might be the one for you. So follow along to a T, because this is very specific here on this one, more so than the 6'7" version. Your close shot, again, you're going to get that to 79. You're going to get your driving layup to an 80. We are prioritizing just freak of nature athletic ability on this build, so there isn't going to be a ton of attribute badge threshold combinations here. We're going to max out a ton of things because it's really hard to get this name on this build body type. But get your driving dunk to an 80 as well. And see, the badge threshold is 81, but that's going to change the name, so we want it to just be an 80. Get the silver poster. And then your standing dunk, we're going to get that to a 79. And then your post control as well, 79. So very similar, but again at 6'10", you're going to feel a huge difference because you're going to be freaky. It's like a young Kevin Garnett in high school. You're just going to be able to dominate your opponents because of how long and just huge you are at the small forward. But you're going to get 24 finishing badges. Again, around 80 is just a really nice number in 2K22. You're going to be able to do whatever you want finishing wise. Shooting, you actually get your midi to an 82 on this one, and then your 3-point, get that to a 76. Again, can't go higher than that. And that's going to unlock the silver Deadeye. And then you're going to max out your free throw to a 94. So if you do get fouled on this build, you're going to the line and you're knocking everything down. And so again, it's a little bit different than the nuanced 6'7" version. This one really prioritizes just a freak of nature athletic ability, and it has a lot of just maxed out potential and didn't really prioritize the badge threshold attribute combo. But 22 shooting badges, again, I like Fade S on Hall of Fame Sniper, and then you're going to be able to, volume shooter on Hall of if you want it, and just be one of those go-to guys. Pass accuracy, again, get this to a 65, get that that bailout on bronze. Your ball handle on this build can get to a 72. That's a bad threshold. And then your speed with ball, get that to a 62. You can have 14 playmaking. You're not going to be super quick with the ball in your hands, but you're going to be able to handle the ball better than the 6'7" version, and again, still make the bailout passes. 14 is not a huge number, so if you rebirth this, you can go all 4 on playmaking and get, you know, a handful more. And then defensive badges, you're going to get your interior defense to a 57, your perimeter D, max that out to a 76, and then max out your stealies to a 75. Max out your block to a 99, so you are an absolute shot blocking rim protector. I guarantee you'll probably be getting crazy amount of blocks in my career on this build. And then your defensive rebounds, get that to an 87, and then your offensive rebounds, get that to a 63. Max out your speed, your acceleration, your strength, your vertical, and your stamina. Shout out to Do It All Hall there. So looking this over, this isn't kind of the typical build that I make. It's not badge threshold priorities, but you do get a crazy high free throw, block. You're maxing out, you know, your perimeter D, steals, vertical, and all the physicals. So this thing's an absolute freak of nature at 6'10", and again, you get lock take on this build. Shot creator, lock take, interior defensive take, and post. This thing's like a Giannis, honestly. It's a real freak. I would love to see someone pull this out at the city. You know, I want to see this in the old gym. You're going to be blocking shots to the Sphinx and back. I guarantee it. So, you know, we're going to just make this a freak defensive build that has shot creating and post scoring, you know, ability. And there you have it, a 6'10" mid-range shooter. Absolutely gruesome. This has never been seen before. Smaller versions, you know, again, there might be 1 or 2 on the planet, but right here, this 6'10" mid-range shooter, this, you know, Dirk, Yijian, Antoine Jameson hybrid is going to absolutely freak out people if you see this in the city. I dare anyone with the plums to make this build, bring them out. If you're looking for something super duper rare and just off the beaten path, you know, I had to go into a trench deep on the oceanic floor to find this build and these variations. So let me know what you guys think of them. Which one's better? Which one would you rather play on, or which one would you rather play against? I think both could be pretty gruesome in the right hands. Again, if you got the plums behind the sticks, bring this out. I want to see you walking around the city. You know what time it is. Quest Sparrow.